I could say the same thing to Gen X people our age or older. Sales is also walking into a job interview or preparing for a job interview. Or in my case, when I started to understand sales, I was also gaining more confidence. That's when I like went kind of over my boss's head and went straight to the straight to the owner and basically asked him for a raise. I didn't just say, hey, give me money. No, I put together, I knew what his
Yeah.
objections were going to be, and it's just like, and I laid them out and I answered those objections, so that kind of was a little more marketing because I did a little pre-planning. And that's kind of a side note too. You don't have to be the salesperson calling up, cold calling people on the phone out of the blue. You can also understand marketing and have
Yes.
them start bringing people to you. So then the only part of sales is just like getting them over the line. You know what I mean? Like
Yes.
moving them across the finish line. But that was just a huge thing. So yeah, if you're just finding a job or getting a promotion, doesn't even have to be a business situation, right? It's just sales. It's just, you're not going to regret understanding how to do it. So that's all. I mean,
Yes. And let's maybe dovetail into the marketing self-promotion arena, especially for Gen X, as you say, because there's a similar, maybe even bigger stigma and, let's just be honest, fear around that. But I also like how you're connecting it to job interviews because it's all the same concept, right? Like being able to confidently speak about yourself and tell your stories and really emphasize the strengths and accomplishments is, sales and marketing of yourself. So whether you're doing that for a job or for your business or product, that again, life skill is important. When it comes to job interviews, it's the same when you're in a sales conversation and the customer starts deep diving on some technical feature. Like you said, you didn't know the technical aspects of the RV and such, right? Learning that stuff is always beneficial, but it's okay to not know and then focus on your strength. What do I do know? And questions like, how can I learn? You're trying to learn. Let me try to learn and go that back and forth. The same in the job interview. So often people right before the job interview, they get so worried about like all the things they don't know. They'll go through the job requirements, right? And list and go like, oh, I wasn't good at that. I'd never done that before. And they get focused on the things they don't know or aren't good at when they should be doing 80% on how do I nail this role? What are all the strengths I bring to this? And if there is that question on something you haven't done, you just own that and go like, well, that's going to be a learning and development thing, or I'll work with the team or whatever, right? But that's more that marketing, I think, of just like putting your story out there, putting your strengths out there and conveying that consistently versus like worrying about all the things you don't know or haven't.